Blessings to you, grace and peace. This is Bishop Bowser. This is a spoiler alert because I'm going to give some comments about a movie on Netflix entitled The Harder They Fall. So, the movie is very violent and a lot of verbal abuse, right? And, that's in a lot of movies. But I was watching it for research purposes. But anyway, it was a very entertaining movie, but until it got to a scene where black folks robbed a white bank, and I saw in that how black folks were very kind, respectful, treated the white folks with dignity and respect, and no one got harmed, right? They made sure they didn't hurt nobody, shoot nobody, or kill anyone. But then when it came to the black folks, it was, black killing black. It was just brutal killings, right? And yeah, there was a scene where they did kill some white people, but they had permission to do that, right? And it's the same way that we see in society today. So my thought is, and it's just my opinion, your opinion just as good as my opinion, but my thought is, or the question is, are we seeing violence the way we see it in the black community because of being predisposed to this type of violence on TV where it portrays black people, which is not the true reality? Or are these movies just portraying what is the reality in the black community as far as violence against one another? And I believe it's a little bit of both. Of course, movies most definitely predisposes many people's mindset to do certain things, even in their subconscious, against each other, right? Make it seem like it's okay. But also there's people that don't watch these movies and stuff, but they see what's happening in the community. All the trauma, the violence, the hurt, the harm that is being done to each other. And so one of the things I thought about when I saw this movie, it was like, this is the same thing that happens in our communities, right? Black people hurting black people because the system says, okay, you can do that, right? And we do it because we know for the most part we can get away with it, right? Even when you look at organizations attack one organization, black on black, and you got a lot of white organizations that do the same thing that nobody says anything, right? But it's okay, it's okay to harm black people, hurt black people, bring black people down. We use the scenario of crabs in a bucket, but pulling each other down. But really, the real issue is white supremacy, and those that are being controlled by it one way or another, whether they know it or not, through funding, through policies, and so on, that we see reflecting in our community in regards to the violence that is happening in our community. This system wants us to harm each other, and we'll never get anywhere as a people. We'll never get the resources that we need. We'll never bring change, whether it's in political systems, criminal justice system, in our communities, and so on, until we come together as a people. And we have to understand that we're being manipulated by Hollywood, manipulated by politicians, manipulated by these powerful white people who give folks funding and money, right? Because even when folks protest against the police and all that, they've been supported by powerful white people to do that, right? They wouldn't succeed if they didn't have that permission. And so black people, we have to build our own power base and stop destroying and harming each other, and start, coming up against what we're really faced with since we've been in this country, which is white supremacy, right? Which is to reduce black people down to a second-class citizen or dehumanize them. So that's just what I want to share, thoughts that was on my mind. What do you think? God bless.